Hello, welcome to the lesson on using algebra with complementary and supplementary angles. I personally really enjoy doing this. If you like working with puzzles, this is kind of a mathematical puzzle, and for me it's fun. I hope you find it the same. We're going to find the following angle measurements. We're going to first decide what the relationship of the angles are. So we have complementary angles, which add up to 90 degrees, a pair of angles that add up to 90 degrees, are supplementary angles, a pair of angles that add up to 180 degrees. We need to set up an equation after we decide and solve for x. Then we're going to use that value, the value of x, to find the measurement of each angle. So let's draw in some important identifiers in this. We're going to go ahead and put a right angle symbol here. And we're going to call this point A, we're going to call this point B, we'll call this point C, and we'll call this point D. So if we look at angle A to B to C, if I add that to angle C to B to D, it will form 90 degrees. So this is a complementary relationship. So here's what they give us for angle ABC. They just gave us x. And for angle C to B to D, they're going to give us 2x plus 15. And together, altogether, that should equal 90 degrees. Well, if you recall from what we've done in the past, if I don't have a coefficient in front of a variable, I can put 1, and I can combine that group of x's with a group of 2x's, so altogether we have 3x, and then this would be considered a different term, so we're going to drop that down as is, that constant, and altogether again this equals 90 degrees. Now we're ready to solve because we have a two-step equation. We're going to eliminate the constant by using the inverse operation, which in this case it was adding, so we subtract, leaving 3x on the left and 75 on the right. And now we're going to eliminate the coefficient. Side by side means multiplied, so we're going to eliminate through division. So now we have x equals 25. So we now know what the value of x is. So let's go back up to our angles. If I trace A to B to C, what they have is just x, and we already know that x is 25, so this must be 25 degrees. And we'll put the measurement of angle ABC is 25 degrees. And now if we trace C to B to D, they've given us 2x, now let's write this down, 2x plus 15. And we know that x is 25. So we can take 2 times 25, and then we're going to add to that 15. So 2 times 25 is 50, plus 15, and that equals 65. So the measurement of angle C to B to D is 65 degrees. So finally, we have to make sure that this is accurate. If I add 65 plus 25, we indeed get 90. So now that's kind of the check. So now let's try this with the supplementary relationship. And we can tell it's supplementary because we see straight line and we see a ray coming from the vertex of the straight angle. And so these two must add up to 180 degrees. So again, let's complete our markings. We're going to go ahead and label this E, this is F, and this is G, and then we'll label point here H. And we are going to be finding the measurement, so we should have a M there for the measurement. So we're going to start with what they gave us. We were given in the first angle this expression, 2x plus 10, that's our first angle, And then in the second angle, the obtuse angle, we were given 3x plus 20. And both of these angles together are going to equal 180 degrees because they both compose a straight line. Like we did last time, we're going to gather up our like terms. So 2x plus 3x equals 5x. We're going to gather up our constants. We have 10, positive 10 plus 20, so that's going to equal 30. And together that equals 180. We're going to solve by eliminating the constant first, the number that's added or subtracted. In this case it's 30, so we subtracted it, leaving 5x on this side and 150 on the other side. Now we're going to eliminate the coefficient, so we're going to divide by 5 on both sides, and that leaves x equals 30. So we now know the value of x is 30. So now let's go back and focus on each one of these angles. If I look at E to F to G, so we're going to go to E to F to G. So we're just focusing on that. We see 2x plus 10. Well, we now know that x is 30. So we're going to replace x with 30. We're going to multiply it by 2, and we're going to add 10 to it. So that would be 60 plus 10. So our measurement for E to F to G would be 70 degrees. Now, before we do the next, we can guess what we think it is based on the fact that this is 70 degrees. So since it is a pair of supplementary angles, we'd expect 180 minus 70 to be 110. So let's see if that's what we get using our algebra skills. So we can see that this angle has 3x plus 20. So if we substitute 30 where x is, and then we multiply it by 3 and add 20 to it, certainly 90 plus 20 is what we thought it might be, which is 110 degrees. And our final check is to say 70 plus 110 is 180 degrees. Okay, we're going to practice this again, but before we do, I need you to put marking right here for the right angle, and also I'd like you to eliminate this minus 2 for this one. Okay, so it says we're going to write an equation, solve for x, then we're going to use that value to find the measurement of each angle, and it says to show your work. So if I look at our first angle, I'm going to refer to this as the first angle, they give us 4x plus 18. And now for the second angle, we're just going to choose 4x. So that's the second angle. But together, because of that symbol, we know this is 90 degrees. So these are complementary angles. We're now going to gather up our like terms. We have 4x plus another 4x, which is 8x. And then we have our constant of plus 18. And together that's 90 degrees. So we eliminate the constant first, the number without the variable. So I'm going to borrow, and we're going to get 2, and that's 72. These eliminate, and we have 8x. Now we're going to try to eliminate the coefficient, the number that works with the variable. We're going to do that through division. Since it's side by side, it's multiplying. And our final answer is x equals 9. So we did the first thing they asked. We found the value of x. We know that x equals 9. And we're now going to use that to find our answer for each angle. So angle number 1 said 4x plus 18. So we're going to put 4 times our value of x, which is 9, and add 18. So we have 36 plus 18, and that's 54. So we know that this angle is 54 degrees. And from that, you can probably tell me what you think the other angle is based on the fact that they're complementary. So go ahead and write a guess for a minute. So now let's see if what you guessed works out. The second angle says that it's 4x. So we're going to replace 4 with, we're going to replace x with 9. 4 times 9 is 36, and if you said it was 36, well, you're correct. And those 2-degree measurements add up to 90 degrees. Our final situation is a supplementary situation because it's on a straight line. So both together, these angles both equal 180 degrees. And so what we're given is 4x plus the second angle is 2x, and together they equal 180 degrees. So this one's pretty straightforward. We just combined these two like terms to get 6x equals 180. We do not have a constant to eliminate. We just get to solve directly by eliminating the constant, and x equals 30. So based on that, if x equals 30 and we had 4x, that would be 4 times 30. So this first angle, the obtuse angle, which makes sense, is 180 degrees. 120 degrees, my fault. And then the second angle, which gave us 2x, we're going to replace the x with 30. And 2 times 30 is 60, and that once again makes sense. It's an acute angle, and so those together add up to 180. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.